we will be abstracting ourselves to a higher level of design, right, and supervision. So what I mean by that is in our industry today, and obviously we focus a lot on the data center industry since that's what we know and love, right? So I'll use it as a working example, but this will apply, across the board, right? We hire experts, right, like you and me and other people in this facility, right, to use their domain knowledge to lovingly craft rules and heuristics for how we think a facility should operate or how we think a facility should be designed. So I'm literally talking about, what we in the industry would typically call a sequence of operations, right? Where, we say, if the weather is this and the load is that, right, then do X. Right. And this results in a very long document of like 200 pages or whatever, right? That then results in even more ladder logic. So like programming where someone goes into the PLCs and the BMS or the SCADA system, right, and implements millions of lines of code. Right. That's going to radically change. Right. Where in the future, we will instead provide the rules for these very intelligent AI agents, right, to learn from and the game that we want them to play optimally. So instead of us writing how we think the game should be played, what's going to happen is we're going to behave more like managers and supervisors, right?
Just tell them the objective.
Exactly, right? In the reinforcement learning world, right, that I come from, we call them, objective functions and actions and constraints, right? Which we often simplify down to the game. What is the game that you want it to play? What is the sandbox that it has to stay within, right? Actions. What are the knobs and levers that you're willing to allow the AI to control and manipulate in pursuit of those objective functions? And constraints. What are the hard, guardrails and the do not touch red lines, right? That and the soft lines, right? That you want the AI to respect, that it can't go out of, right? But as long as we can define these games for these AI agents and we can map those games into measurable outcomes, right? So like the actual data streams, right? That represent the ground truth of how well the AI is playing that game, then the AI can teach itself, right? The nuances of the game and become the best in the world, right? Of playing that game. So that's the world that I see, right? And what that means is, it doesn't displace or replace the need for domain knowledge. It actually requires you to have more domain knowledge in order to abstract yourself one level higher, right? Like, in order to give the right direction, you fundamentally have to understand the underlying foundation yourself first, right? So I don't think it displaces the need for domain knowledge. I think it actually increases the importance of understanding what it is that the nuances of the system that you want the AI to control so that you can give it effective direction, right? So